Hello students, welcome to the class. In the previous video, we discussed about the central theme present in the essay The American Scholar, and the theme was related to the declaration of literary independence, which means that intellectualism in America needs to break from its dependence on European thought and shape itself within the distinctive character of America. Today, we are going to discuss some other major themes which are present in the essay. The other themes which are present in the essay The American Scholar are related to Transcendentalism and Individualism. So now let's begin. When Emerson talks about the influence of nature that operates upon the American scholar, he also talks about the human soul, which gets molded when the influences of nature flow into the American scholar. Here, the American scholar becomes aware of the oneness of the human soul and the soul of the nature, which are both derived from the same source, that is, the divine or our soul or God, which is immanent through both nature and man. Thus, the beauty of nature is the beauty of his own mind, and its laws are the laws of his own mind. Here he discusses the relationship of God and man and nature. At this point in the essay, we come across his transcendental views and philosophy. The other important theme present in the essay is that of individualism. In the essay, he speaks of the education of the scholar by nature, by books and by action. They shape his individual being. He says that character is higher than intellect, and a great soul will be strong to live as well as strong to think. Again, while describing the duties of American scholar, Emerson says that it becomes him to feel all confidence in himself and to defer never to the popular cry, he and he only knows the world. Again he says, in self-trust, all the virtues are comprehended. Free should the scholar be, free and brave, free even to the definition of freedom, without any hindrance that does not arise out of his own constitution. Here he lays emphasis on the freedom for the development of the individual. By laying stress on the freedom, Emerson stressed the worth of the individual, the dignity of the human soul. Emerson is the father of American Transcendentalism. Transcendentalists taught man to rely on himself, on his own intuition, natural instincts and impulses, and not on any authority outside himself or on tradition. Thus, the teachings of Transcendentalists harmonized with the rise of democracy, the rise of Romanticism, and the revolt against Puritan orthodoxy, which was begun by the Unitarians led by W.E. Channing. The Unitarians taught that the ultimate reliance of a human being is and must be on his own mind and conscience, his own sense of right. The power of perceiving moral distinctions is the highest faculty given to us by God. They asserted the doctrine of the freedom of the will. In the essay The American Scholar, when Emerson emphasizes the value of freedom, self-confidence and self-trust, we come across his central doctrine of self-reliance. Emerson's individualism is that every individual should be self-reliant. Emerson's belief in self-reliance follows as the logical result of his doctrine of the oversoul. According to this doctrine, every man has something of the divine in his nature and is capable of establishing a direct relationship with the universal spirit. In this way, every man is capable of perceiving the highest truth. Emerson was an individualist, and his belief in self-reliance is an expression of his individualistic point of view. Self-reliance is obedience to the oversoul. It is actually God-reliance. Self-reliance for Emerson means the religion of the spirit, the religion in which one is guided by the oversoul. Obedience to the oversoul means rising above such institutions as society, social institutions, and customs. Self reliance means freedom both from the past and the future. Self reliance does not have a place for any moral or religious authority which lies outside the individual. A transcendental, universal self is present in every individual, and in the light of this idea, self reliance can be treated as individualism. Self reliance is a principle and a manifesto both of Emerson's Transcendentalism and Individualism. So we find that the ideas related to both these themes of Transcendentalism and Individualism are found in the essay The American Scholar. Thanks for listening.